It's time to settle the score between these two city face-offs, Dar es Salaam, Nairobi.
From the soaring skyscrapers to the rhythm of the streets, we'll dive deep into the architectural wonders, the vibrant people and the pulse of the daily life. But that's not all. Stick around as we explore the nightlife beats, evaluate safety vibes, and even unpack the weather drama. Buckle up, it's time to settle the score in this city face-off. Dar es Salaam versus Nairobi.
So the first one is people. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. Like, it's obvious when you're there, even after a day, that people are slow in Dar es Salaam compared to Nairobi. Service, even just walking around, like I couldn't believe people were actually moving quickly, bringing the food quickly. People walking around are quicker. In Dar es Salaam, God, that's just so slow. Like, you order like a drink or some food or something, they just walk casually around and like they don't make any effort to do it quickly. In the supermarket, they're like beep, beep. They don't do it quickly. So like one thing I noticed in Nairobi, they're quite quick, and I think they're more metropolitan type of people. So that's the first thing I noticed. And also the people in Nairobi, they speak a lot better English as well. When you communicate with people, it's easier for me as an Englishman. That's a lot quicker. Even meeting people are just like so much better at English. They understand you better, so that helps a lot. Here it's not so easy compared to Nairobi to communicate people. They still communicate people. Most people speak English, but something like the number 2 or 3. When I say 3, they go 2. Say no, 3. They go 2. They just don't understand like what 3 is. It's like weird. And if I say no chips, they go, oh, you want chips? I go, no chips, I don't want chips. Oh, you want chipsy? The English is pretty bad in Dar, Tanzania generally, compared to Nairobi. Both Tanzanians and Kenyans, they're both very friendly. They'll talk to you, say hello a lot. Tanzanians are more chilled out. That's probably why they're a bit slower. So they're more relaxing, really, whereas I think Nairobi is like more of a city vibe and they wanted to get things done quickly. Don't forget Dar es Salaam, it's near the coast, so that's probably another reason why it's more chilled out and people are more chilled out and less rushing around as much, like a cosmopolitan vibe like Nairobi. But they're both nice people and they're both friendly and they always give up their time to say hello to you and help you out. Now on to architecture. Nairobi generally is more advanced, has more skyscrapers, more glass buildings than Dar es Salaam, and it's probably heading towards what's to be more metropolitan, like a metropolis. And I think a lot of the buildings are slightly well designed more than Dar es Salaam as well. I think this is because of the different types of people there, really. There's people all over. I think it's more popular than Dar es Salaam as well in terms of international people coming. Some of the big skyscrapers, the new ones I've seen, I can tell they've got a lot of international help because they're quite Western influenced. So Nairobi wants to head more towards metropolis, whereas Dar es Salaam has a lot more historical buildings infused in the design of the buildings there, whereas Nairobi is just heading towards more modern stuff. There's a lot more historical buildings with like arched windows and stone a bit more in Dar es Salaam because of the coral stone on the coast and things like that. When you come to colonial influences as well, Nairobi has more British Victorian influences. I think it's mostly that colonial era, whereas Dar es Salaam has a lot more Arab, German, Indian influence into the architecture there. And that still reflects to this day, because if you see some of the more modern buildings in Dar es Salaam, they're like similar to the modern buildings in India, because a lot of the Indians are there doing the developments. In terms of the quality of the buildings and design, Nairobi has an edge, a bit more of an edge. Like they've got shopping malls and they're really well designed. Like the mixture of indoor and outdoor spaces really comes together. You want to sit there, you want to relax, you want to have food. You can spend all day there. They have like the gyms, hospitals, restaurants, everything, like fitness centres, arcades, games, water parks as well inside the mall. You never can leave, you can stay there all day. There's nothing like that in Dar es Salaam. I think it's because of the coast there. People go to the coast to hang out. They don't go to like a mall. Like a lot of even the new malls in Dar es Salaam, they're like ghost towns. It's like nothing to do there, and they're horrible to be in. They're not designed very well, and they're just terrible. But I think it's because Nairobi has to think more about what to do in their city. They don't have the sea is not there, the beach is not there, whereas Dar es Salaam you can go to the beach if you want to relax or have some fun. So Nairobi has to think more about their design, I think, a bit more, because they don't have that beach. I think that's why a lot of the buildings are well designed in Nairobi compared to Dar es Salaam, but only slightly. When it comes to the urban planning, driving around, too much traffic, the roads, I found the roads better in Nairobi, but some of the roads are just dreadful in Dar es Salaam, and the urban planning of the roads and everything, frigging terrible. There's like big junctions and you have to go round another way completely just because you can't turn there, things like that. I think Nairobi's the same, so I think they're on par with urban planning, to be honest, on both cities. So overall, I think both slightly different but same. Nairobi is a more modern metropolis vibe, whereas Dar es Salaam is more coastal, influential and historical, more influences vibe kind of thing. Like I go with the people, a bit like the people reflect the architecture as well, so similar vibe, if you know what I mean. So when it comes to just walking around in both cities during the day, I think both are pretty safe. I didn't really have much of a problem. So people told me not to walk around, like even during the day during Nairobi, which is crazy. They're both pretty safe to walk around during the day, as long as you're not in a dodgy neighborhood. In the city, it's fine. Had a usual trouble a couple of times, people following you, asking for money and stuff, but that's just the usual stuff really. I didn't really have much of a issue with that.
I'm even in the market downtown and I don't feel intimidated.
But there's more things to do, I think, in the city, whereas you can walk around to the beach and stuff in Dar es Salaam. That's the main difference really, I found. Both cities don't really have much pedestrian access. A lot of the roads in Dar es Salaam, there's no paving there, it's just terrible just walking around. I don't know why they don't do that. Nairobi had a bit more paving, but I didn't notice much difference. They're pretty equal, it's just like if you want the beach vibe or the city vibe. So at least in Dar you can get a mixture of both, even though the city's not as great as Nairobi, at least you got a chance to do both things during the day. I mean, there's no parks really in Dar es Salaam. If there is, they're really crappy. There's not actually that much to do in the city during the day in Dar es Salaam. It's mostly the beach. So Nairobi has the edge, there's more things to do in the actual city because they haven't got a choice. They make sure they design stuff for the city for people to do. Dar es Salaam, they don't make much of an effort to places to go in the city. So I think they're the main differences really. So when it comes to nightlife of both cities, it's the diversity that makes the difference. Nairobi is more diverse with a mixture of international people. So it's more of an international city than Dar es Salaam for its nightlife. So there's more different terms of nightlife styles, different types of music, different types of people. Like for instance, there's a place I like to go and that plays like guitar music for Western type of music. There's only one place that does that once per week in the whole of Dar es Salaam. The rest of it's just it's all local music all the time in Dar es Salaam. Like you might get some Indian DJs play some Indian music and stuff, but yeah, you're pretty restricted in Dar es Salaam. It's mostly all local stuff, music. Yeah, sure they do play other types of music occasionally, but if you go to like clubs late night, they'll start playing local bongo music a lot and stuff. Unless you go to a slightly Western bar, they might have some popular music, but they won't have like the latest tunes and stuff. Nairobi has more of a diverse type of nightlife and it caters for different types of cultures, I think. There's this thing with dance floors now. They get rid of all the dance floors. In both cities, I found I one or two places in the city has a dance floor, both cities that has a dance floor. I don't understand that now. It's just more sit, drink and stand up and dance if you want to dance. They don't have a dedicated dance floor anymore. Even though they don't have much money, they like to show off their drinks and stuff. And when you order a bottle, you can buy bottles of whiskey and stuff. Come over a big sign, flashing lights, and they like to show off that, oh look, I bought a bottle of whiskey, everyone, look, I've got loads of money. Whereas I don't think Nairobi was as bad like that. Maybe it is. It's a lot of showing off with money, pretending they've got money. With people in Tanzania. I went out the other night and there's just guys on their own sitting there with a bottle of whiskey. It's like they must spend half their salary on just at the weekends. I don't think these people are rich. They seem to spend all their money on booze, but Yeah, but they'd like to have a good time. Both Nightlife is good. They had some more modern dance music in Nairobi, I found. They have a lot of live bands in Dar es Salaam, but the more the local Swahili stuff. One thing I found in Dar es Salaam, the quality of the music, the sound systems are freaking terrible in the local places especially. You have to go to a decent, expensive bar for decent music, because a lot of the local bars, they're like packed and they have local music, but like they have the bongo flavour music, but the quality of the sound is deafening. It's just like, not because it's just loud, it's because the speakers are just cheap and shit. So they go straight through you, and like, it's just horrible. And you can't speak to anyone, so everyone's just sitting there like that. And like, it's so loud, and I wonder why they do it. But if you go to a decent bar and they have a good sound system, you can actually speak over the top of it. Sound system seems better in Nairobi, a lot of the places I went to. But yeah, I think both are on par, they're similar stuff, but like I said, Nairobi's more international vibe, they cater for more international people, whereas Dar es Salaam, not as much. So looking at this crime comparison website, Numbeo, it says here like the crime of Nairobi is slightly more than Dar es Salaam, but the safety scale is lower in Nairobi than it is in Dar es Salaam. So like things like walking home at night is more dangerous in Dar es Salaam than Nairobi apparently. But the crime in Nairobi is more. Doesn't make much sense. I think that's probably because most of the crime in Dar es Salaam is probably petty crimes like pinching your wallet and things like that. It's not that serious, but I think Nairobi is probably more serious crime. Like I knew a friend who says like someone cut off their ear and things like that, so it's pretty nasty. So probably less crime, but like if you do get involved in crime, it's pretty dangerous, so like more violent really, that kind of thing. But I think it's just mostly common sense. It's not as bad as what you think really. I think most of the time is you get rumours from people, it's that what scares you, but as long as you don't do something silly like walk around alone at night, then you'll be fine, or some dodgy neighbourhood. So if you want one bar and you got another pub or something at night across the road, it's pretty safe enough. There's people around. Just don't walk around with your phone in your hand and stuff like that. So it's not as bad. I'd like some people tell me, don't go anywhere on your road. Just get a taxi, even during the day. Taxi from one place. It's not that bad. It's fine. I think people blow it out of proportion a bit. I think. Yeah, maybe Nairobi a little bit. More dangerous, but I don't think it's not that bad really. One thing that does bother me about the safety in the city, street lamps are really poor. Like most of the time they don't work, and then you get these bars or these small cafes at night and they don't put on the lights. It's just fucking dark all the time. It's like, why do you want to sit there in the dark? Like, put the light on or something. It's just like the weird, like people like sitting in the dark. It's like, so that annoys me a bit. And like you're driving home at night and like there's street lamps, but it's so dark, they're not even on, and you can't even drive the road. It's like I wish they would prioritise street lamps a bit more. It's like they're trying to save electricity or something. I don't know. That's for both cities. I've been in Dar es Salaam a long time and I've only been mugged once, I think. That was just nothing violent or anything. Nairobi, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. After a couple of weeks, I was walking around more and more, so it's fine. So, yeah, compared to Western countries, some Western countries, it might feel like it's more dangerous, but I don't think it is that much really. There's a lot of security everywhere, so that helps. Malls and stuff are really good in Nairobi, and in Dar es Salaam as well. You're pretty safe during the day. You can walk around with your phone if you're in a secured building like a mall or something. It's fine. Or in a bar, even no one will snatch your phone in a bar. It's just when you're outside, I think, in between those places. So lastly, on to weather. So the main difference in Dar es Salaam, it's just hot all the bloody time there. So if you like the sun, then it's really nice, but if you don't like the sun, then you're not going to like it. But it doesn't get so hot that it's ridiculous, like Southeast Asia. It's bloody ridiculous. It's like you're sweating and it's so humid. It's not that humid. It stays under 30 degrees C throughout the whole year in Dar es Salaam. It gets hot, but it never gets cold, so I kind of like it. It's perfect temperature for me. I was quite surprised in Nairobi actually because of the altitude. It gets pretty chilly in the evenings. A lot of the pools in the city are heated, which is really nice, like stepping into a sauna. It's quite unusual there, so it gets a bit pleasant in the evenings, but I don't really like the cold that much in the evenings, so I prefer Dar es Salaam climate, but it's fine. It doesn't get that cold really. I found I was still wearing t-shirts. People ask me, "You cold?" It's like, not really. Probably because I'm used to the cold in the UK. Like sometimes there's rainy seasons as well. I think they're roughly the same time. Here are the rainy seasons here.
Which are around April and November.
So I wouldn't let, if you're ever visiting, I wouldn't let the rainy seasons bother you really. Even if it rains, it's still pretty nice outside. It doesn't really bother me. I don't really adjust my schedules for the rain much anymore really. So they're the main differences I think between the Nairobi and Dar es Salaam. If you have any disagreements or agreements, or let me know what you think in the comments. So I think overall you would say that Nairobi is more of a city vibe and Dar es Salaam has half city and beach vibe. I think it's the beach that separates the two really. Dar es Salaam has the beach and the beach vibe, Nairobi doesn't. So if you like the beach, then Dar es Salaam is for you. If you're not bothered about the beach, then probably Nairobi is better for you. But both cities have their advantages, disadvantages. There's not one better than the other. So if you get a chance, go and check them both out, and I'll see you in the next video.